of responsibility. We are excited to bring you the scoreboard for Rustler Athletics on Rustler Media. See Fremont Chevy online and at North Federal Boulevard in Riverton.
Family on me. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Right side, King Solomon, deep three, buries it. Top three-point shooter in Region 9 for a reason. Back on our Porter's pregame show between games, talking with head coach Brad Schmidt of the CWC men. And there's not much basketball left, but there's really a lot of basketball left when it comes to sliding and getting into that regional seeding action.
I would say it's meaningful basketball. You know, that's probably the biggest thing. We don't have that many games left. It's just all these games really matter, especially late in the season when, you know, we haven't been at the top of the standings in a while where we could actually compete to maybe possibly win the region title still. So that's been a unique thing for us. But regardless, you know, we want to keep winning. We want to keep going 1-0 on each individual game day and finish as high as we possibly can to host a region playing game. And then hopefully if we can win that, have a high seeding as we get to the neutral side of it.
We were geared up to play this team a week ago. Then it goes away because, I mean, that's just the stuff that happens, obviously. Now you've had kind of another full week to prepare, added on to what you had last week. How have practices gone in anticipation of Western, given all of the parameters that you were up 10 with 10 left and lost down there? History with Coach Souza, history with Western. How are things this week coming into this one?
Things have been good. You know, this time of year, I try to stay out of the guys' way as much as possible. You know, so practices have been short. They've been intense, but we also got to take care of these guys' bodies, and I don't want to mess the vibes up amongst the team. So things have been good, and as far as preparation goes for Western, the guys are familiar with their players, especially my second-year guys. You know, a lot of these guys have competed against each other now. This will be the 5th time they've played each other with 3 games last year, and this is our 2nd time playing this year. So we're familiar with them. They're familiar with us. Coach Sosa is an awesome coach. So it's going to be a battle tonight, but we're ready to go.
X's and O's, I guess, where you see this one being won or lost?
Well, I would like to think that we're going to absolutely light it up here, one of these games at home, whether it's night or Saturday. If you look at our shooting percentages throughout the course of the year, and anytime we've had a 2 to 3 game spell where we haven't shot it great, usually the next game, you know, our 2 games, we're shooting it at a high clip. Hopefully that happens because we're going to get good looks tonight, just how Western Wyoming guards. And I know from practice yesterday, if the guys shoot it half as well as they did yesterday in practice, you know, we should hopefully hit 10, 12 threes tonight. But, you know, we're guarding better and we're competing harder. And that's been a true sign of how much we've grown as a team. And just our possibility of making a postseason run is we're not just relying on making jump shots right now. And when that comes back, good luck beating us.
Didn't chat with you post-game because players came up, which is what we ask, and we like that. But it was nice to see your team. You scored less and won than you did in the first meeting with them. It was nice to see a team win where Sam maybe didn't have his best game, where King didn't maybe have his best game. They had good games, but Tay Holland's big couple of threes, Sal doing a couple of big buckets that were huge when he did at Old Triple C, and just the cohesiveness of the 10 guys you've got and how they play together has to be awesome.
It's great. You know, I've always embodied, you know, the team before any individual within the program. I think anybody that's been around this program for the last 6 years knows that. And yeah, when, you know, Marbury and Solomon combined for 8 for 32 on Saturday and we win a basketball game, that's what I'm saying. It's very encouraging knowing that if we keep guarding like that, guys have trust in each other. Guys are starting to believe that we're going to win no matter what is going on in the course of the game. That's so impactful because pull Marbury and Solomon's stats up. You know, they're not going 8 for 32 tonight. They're not going 8 for 32 on Saturday. It's just not happening. They haven't done that all year, really, you know, and maybe the 1 or 2 games when it's happened, we haven't won, you know, so now we've proven that we can win while these guys struggle, and it's huge.
Everybody healthy?
Yep, everybody's healthy and ready to go.
Flu, ankles, all that stuff?
All good.
All right, sounds good. Anything else?
Nope.
Appreciate it. Talk to a couple of guys when it's over.
Awesome. Thanks, John.
That's head coach Brad Schmidt of the CWC Rustlers. They'll take on Western Wyoming Region 9 basketball. Starters coming up after this on Rustler Media.
Winter driving in Wyoming requires a light touch and a cautious approach. This is Cody Beers with WYDOT. Think about these winter driving tips. It takes extra time to slow down or stop on slick roads. Try to avoid using your cruise control when road conditions are slick. Drive at appropriate speeds in the winter. Are you in that big of a hurry? If you encounter poor visibility, such as a ground blizzard or snowstorm, slow down. Slow down for your safety and mine. If you don't have to go, don't. And please, buckle up.
Rustler Athletics helps foster academic achievement, leadership, community engagement, and pride. The Rustler Athletics mission is to help student athletes compete at the highest level in their chosen sport and help them build a foundation for a successful life after competition. A $100 donation to the Rustler 500 reverse raffle not only gets you a chance of winning part of $15,000, but also helps make a difference in the lives of CWC student athletes. The last ticket selected will win $10,000, but all money raised helps our athletes win. Check rustlerathletics.com for details. And thanks for helping out, Rustler Nation.
As the second largest intercollegiate athletic association in the country, the NJCAA serves not only a pivotal role in college athletics, but in higher education. The NJCAA Foundation aims to move the association forward through resources, grant programs, and other special initiatives. Your gift to the NJCAA Foundation will make a difference and create opportunities.
Heard around the world on the Rustler Radio app. This is KCWC FM, Riverton.
John Gabrielson, Joel Kindle, high above Rustler Gymnasium. A good crowd assembling for Region 9 basketball between the CWC Rustlers and the Western Wyoming Mustangs. The 34th meeting between these two. Western leads it 18-15 in the series. They've won the last two. Western has won 9 of the last 11 as Coach Sosa has had the number of head coach Brad Schmidt and the Rustlers here as of late in the series of this. And last time out, the Western Mustangs found themselves down by 10 with 10 minutes left, came back and beat the Rustlers. And Central, I think, would love to have had that game back, and now they get their chance at a little bit of redemption here at home. And Coach wanted to call it Redemption Weekend last weekend, hosting Western on Thursday, and then Northwest, another team they lost to. They avenged that loss on Saturday, winning 75-70, but then that game last week got canceled, postponed really because of the situation on South Pass. Wasn't really a picnic today, as I saw a slush advisory on South Pass about the time that Western was due to head over the top of the mountain on that. But here we are getting ready for the second go-round and a little bit of redemption perhaps for the Central Rustlers. Let's get you starting lineups in today's game. Neither team on the court at the moment. They will be coming out here shortly as we're about 4.5 minutes away from the tap of this ball game. For Central, they will start like this under the head coach direction of Brad Schmidt in his 6th season, assisted by Mike Newman. Wearing number 2 is the 5'10 sophomore of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. He is averaging 12 points and 3 rebounds per ball game, but as of late, he's been on a tear. Games of 19, 19, and 14 for Lawrence De La Cruz. Lawrence being a little more Lawrence as of late. That'll be your point guard. Wearing number 4, kind of the vocal leader on this team and a heck of a defender. A 6'2 sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona, from Bella Vista Prep, averaging 3 points and 3 rebounds a game, is Jaden Warren. Number 10, top 3-point shooter in Region 9, the 6-foot freshman from Sacramento, California, averaging 16 points, 3 rebounds per ball game. That is King Solomon. And one of the players, I guess, for contention of player of the year is Sam Marbury, the 6'6 freshman, averaging 19 points, 7 rebounds a game out of Cleveland, Ohio. Sam Marbury wearing number 11. And wearing number 20, the 6'10 sophomore, averaging 16 points and 6 rebounds a ball game, is Julian Roberts. It will be De La Cruz, Warren, Solomon, Marbury, and Roberts, the 5 that start for CWC and head coach Brad Schmidt. Head coach Steve Souza on the other side, also
also in his 6th season as the director of the Western Mustangs, and he's shaking his lineup up a little bit tonight. Some kids that don't normally get starts getting starts tonight, like, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Chalk Garong. Chalk is from Adelaide, Australia. He's a 6'6 sophomore, averages 4 points a game, just his 6th start of the season for the Mustangs for Chalk at number 1. Wearing number 3 is Trevon Chambers. He is a 6'2 freshman out of Denver, Colorado. He averages 7 points, 2 rebounds per ball game. And then getting his 9th start of the season tonight is Christian Adun. He is a 6'7 sophomore, wears number 10 out of London, England. He averages 9 points per ball game. Then a couple of regulars that start. The 6'3 sophomore from Sterling wearing number 15, 10 points, 4 rebounds. Likes to shoot a lot of threes is Jackson Keel. And then starting tonight is number 23, Eddie McPhee. Eddie, a 6'7 sophomore out of Denver, averaging 14 points. He's the leading scorer with 5 rebounds and a 75% free throw shooter. Goes to the free throw line a lot is Eddie McPhee. Absent from the starting lineup, specifically from the first time they played, number 11, Kaysen Boggs, good for 7 points and 5 rebounds. Hit some huge threes in the first meeting with the Central team down this stretch. And then Micah Pierce, the 6'7 sophomore from Phoenix, averaging 13 and 7. He gets fouled a lot and goes to the line. He's not starting either, so I'm not sure the situation for Coach Souza, but he's shaking up his starting lineups a little bit here tonight.
Minden, Nevada, by the way, is on the loneliest road in America, they say.
Have they been to Wyoming? Have they entered Wyoming roads in these stats?
I don't know. There's 2 in Nevada that are listed there, and yes, I did get gas at Minden, by the way.
Have you been to the Enchanted Highway in North Dakota?
I have been there too, so was not that enchanted with it. But
Steven Souza in his 6th year as. You know, and another starter is Demetrius Davenport starts from time to time for this team as well. So a shakeup of the starting lineups for head coach Steven Souza.
Did he say why?
I have not visited with him, nor do I see him. Oh, I see him shaking hands right now. I was going to say I don't see him. I usually will send out an email a couple, 2-3 times to a coach asking to do a little pre-interview. I love to promote other teams' kids, other schools' kids, and just promote programs in general.
The more we know about it, the more we can say about them.
And didn't get a response back from he or Coach Padilla. And a lot of times, and it's weird, we're a K-12, we're a .edu under the same state internet as other e.edus. My 2 last week to the Northwest coaches both went to their spam folders. So I did not get a chance to talk with Steven Souza this week. So
and we can't do a pregame because we're busy doing the other game.
Right.
You can do one with the female coach.
I was hoping they would do a shoot around, and that's a lot of time I get a chat with them, but it didn't get to there. National anthem on the way. Starting lineups from the PA and the game after this.
Stripes and bright stars through
getting ready for the Mustangs and the Rustlers. Little redemption for head coach Brad Schmidt and the Rustlers after blowing a 10-point lead late in the ball game at Western.
Well, you're talking about the changes in their lineup. Boy, the CWC lineup has not changed in a long time as far as a starting lineup.
He kind of went away a little bit, but then drifted right back to it.
Well, a couple players leaving at the break, I think.
Garong?
I think it's been the same since, hasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much right down the line there. Garong, Chambers, Adun, Keel, and McPhee for the Western Mustangs. Red unis, black numbers, white trim, Western across their front. Central in their home whites with the orange numbers, the black numbers, Rustlers in the cursive writing across their chest.
Yeah, surprised to see the gray trim on the women's uniforms for Western.
Lawrence De La Cruz wants to be a STEM engineer, civil engineering, or architect. Played volleyball in high school. Then you have Jaden Warren. He was the Defensive Player of the Year in high school. You can see that when he comes out here and takes on the team's other top scorer, King Solomon. Once scored 37 in high school for his team. Sam Marbury wants to give a shout out to his grandma. Says he hopes she's proud of me watching back home. And then Julian Juice Roberts. He said he can do some very good tricks with a yo-yo. Wanted to shout out his family. And his role model is his grandpa, Rick. And he pointed out his favorite memory. There's Julian Roberts right in the middle of your screen, singing Party in the USA on the court with Jared Lucas last year during a basketball game. So it's all about making memories as a college athlete. McPhee will step into the midcourt circle against Roberts. Great crowd on hand at Rustler Gym as McPhee will tap it into the backcourt to Adun. And the Mustangs will start us off here, left to right, on Rustler Media.
On that when there's basketball all over the county.
Right, exactly. Keel winds up triple, misses it. Sam Marbury comes in, smothers up the rebound, and Central will have their first attack on the missed triple by Jackson Keel.
Some confusion who the matchups were there for a moment, I noticed, by Western.
Western man-to-man, Solomon to Roberts. The lefty from way downtown is not going to get it to go. Sailing in for the rebound is Adun. Both teams with an opportunity, and a turnover comes first for the Mustangs as they will see it go away. Western 14-11 overall, 3-5 in league play. They've lost 5 of their last 6. Central 15-12 overall, 6-3 in the league. They have won 3 in a row. Solomon hands it off to De La Cruz. He'll take it to the paint, scoop with the right hand. It's no good, and Garong with the rebound. Chop stops at the 15-foot line. Finds Adun. He'll get it partially blocked, and an offensive foul coming on Adun as taking the charge was King Solomon. Second turnover of the game on the Mustangs on the player control foul as even more crowd trickling in to Rustler Gym. Would love to see a huge crowd when Casper comes to town Saturday afternoon at 2 and 4 here at Rustler Gym. This game getting underway a little early, 7:28 right now as King will miss the 3. And a long rebound, Adun up ahead, one step, and Garong with a dunk. Adun with his second rebound. Central 0 for 3 from the field to start the ball game. Marbury to Warren, down low to Juice on the low block. Roberts with his back to the basket in the short corner, back out to Sam for a triple. That's good, Sam Marbury for 3. And he gives Central their first lead of the game at 3-2. Keel hands it off to Adun, back out to Chambers now, his first touch in the offensive set. Looks like the Riverton High School basketball team has come in. They were supposed to play tonight, but that game got moved to tomorrow night in Cody. Player falls down, dropping in, laying that one in is Eddie McPhee. Nice tough move. He's a slasher and a driver, and he goes to the free throw line a lot, does McPhee. Played a little over 2 minutes. It's 4-3 Western out in front. Marbury dangerously close to the sideline. Chops a 3 on the way. No good, nobody home. But Mustangs to rebound. Garong will get his second. Adun back out to Chambers now. 4 subs on the bench for The Mustangs is driving and scoring is Trevon Chambers, and I believe the foul on De La Cruz will be number 1 on Lawrence, and the and 1 coming up for Trevon Chambers.
And not the largest rosters, these two teams. I see 10 for CWC, and like you said, 9. I'm assuming the person that's in all black is not a player.
Yeah, that's
at least not tonight.
Not suited up and eligible either side of the coach, basically. 3-point opportunity. Chambers is good. Largest lead of the game at 7-3. 2 lead changes already in the first 10 points scored. Solomon. Right side, De La Cruz. Lob to Lawrence. The lefty battling in on Garong. Spins, fades for 8, and gets it. Nice tough move. Julian Roberts, his first basket of the ball game.
It's a nice shot of his where he rocks, and then he fires it up left-handed.
Hard to defend for sure as he knocks that one down. Chambers calls out signals, working on De La Cruz. Shovels it out outside to Garong. Corner, McPhee for 3, misses it. Battle for the rebound. Adun partially blocked by Roberts, and putting it back up and in is McPhee, and he will be fouled. Eddie McPhee will go to the line. Julian Roberts hitting number 1.
And Pierce on this team is from Phoenix, Arizona, part of our all-Phoenix team in Region 9.
Not getting the start tonight, and free throw good. McPhee, 3 points. Lead is 3, now 4 as he rattles it home.
Interesting, the roster they list on their website has 14 players. There's only 9 here tonight.
De La Cruz working on Keel, left side Marbury. McPhee in his grill. To Roberts, turnaround baseline 6, good as Garong couldn't come around. Roberts off to a good strong start, he's got 4. Adun takes 2 steps, puts it off glass around Roberts and scores. That was a pretty good athletic move right
nice
there.
Body control, avoiding the charge first off and then scoring the bucket later.
11-7, Marbury into the paint, steps back out to the 3-point line. De La Cruz lobs down low. Roberts, his heels, are on the end line. And that'll be a turnover. Good defense by Keel to come from behind and make him think about having to catch that pass.
Keel disrupting the play there.
Lucas Engel from Riverton, Wyoming, former 4A Defensive Player of the Year, checking in, as well as Sal Duga Moraboto, and a foul on Jaden Warren driving Garong.
Well, he is fast, isn't he?
He is quick, and Jaden trying to catch up with him commits the foul. Sal, by the way, his father played football for San Diego State for a bit. Inbound pass, Adun spins over Engel. Good defense by Lucas, better offense by Christian.
Kind of the same shot that we saw earlier in the game.
6-point Western advantage, largest of the game. Engel going to post up Marbury possibly now as Jaden Sam asking for it, gets it. Left side Engel, 10 to shoot. Penetrates, spins, fade for 10, got it. Marbury has 5, and he cuts the lead down to 4. De La Cruz hounding Chambers in the backcourt. Keel will get it across with 3 seconds to spare. Tay Hollins will enter next whistle for Central. Tay has had some very good minutes, as has Sal.
His 2 buckets in the last game were huge.
Both of them. You can say that about both of those kids, and both of them
in different games too, kind of.
At LCCC as well, as Engel comes from behind, bats it away. Warren ends up with it, and Central with a chance to cut into a 4-point deficit. Marbury wants a pick, drives, spins, fades. He wants the foul, as you can hear him say, and 1, and he'll knock it in. Marbury has 7. Cuts the lead. He's got 7 of the 11 for Central. Cuts the lead to a bucket. Keel.
That's a good sign, too, because he did not have a sterling game by his standards the last time out.
Adun, long triple. Good. Christian Adun has 7, and the lead is back to 5.
Adun only averages 8.5 a game, so he's right in the doorstep of that.
Davenport and Boggs going to come in as Marbury is stripped on the way down the right side of the rack. McPhee in the area. We'll see if it is on Eddie McPhee or not. And it is his first, team second. And you're going to see Boggs and Davenport coming in. Oh, they're going to say that Sam was shooting. Or will he not? They're talking about it underneath right now. Sam says he was shooting. And they'll say out of bounds. Out of bounds underneath the window and to the left. So Boggs and Davenport will get a check in. Tay Hollins will come in, as was Sullivan and Roberts.
I have eaten at a restaurant called Eddie McPhee's, by the way. I think it was in Moab, Utah.
Tay Hollins said he can do a cartwheel on his 10-second talent. His father also played some pro baseball in the late 90s, 2000s. Roberts and Engel on the court at the same time. Hollins, one of those big triples here, no. And McPhee will come away with the Mustang rebound, and Engel is going to foul McPhee, and Lucas will get number one in the middle of the paint. That'll be the fourth team foul on the Rustlers in the first 6 minutes of the contest. 2 fouls whistled on the visitors as Pepe Sabic will check in, and we'll get the media timeout as we're 2 seconds under the 14 mark. 16-11 Western out in front. They'll have the basketball when we come back on this timeout. This is Rustler Media.
A Big Win sponsor of the Rustler Athletic Booster Club is Health Source Chiropractic of Riverton, restoring health through the relentless pursuit of exceptional care. They offer chiropractic care and exercise therapy for everyone. Services include spinal decompression for degenerative or bulging discs without surgery and custom orthotics. They also have health products and nutritional supplements. See them at 910 North 8th West in Riverton or online at healthsourcechiro.com/Riverton.
Rustler Sports On Air are brought to you in part by Porter's Supply of Riverton, offering grills, spas, fire pits, gas stoves, wood-burning stoves, and Green Mountain pellets. They are located at 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton. Details can be found online at portersmvs.com. Thanks to Porter's Supply for the sponsorship of tonight's pregame show.
South Plains is the number one ranked team in the country at 25-0. Salt Lake ranks 7th. Trinidad State receiving votes. And speaking of Trinidad State hosting Western Nebraska tomorrow, winner most likely will host the Region 9 men's tournament. And everybody up north is rooting for Western Nebraska. Engel knocks it off of a dude on the inbound turnover. Rustlers get it right out of the timeout.
Probably one of the few times they're cheering for Western Nebraska.
Yes, exactly. A lot of people would like to go to Scotts Bluff as opposed to the drive to Trinidad. Roberts to Hollins.
Eastern Wyoming College would hike over, I think.
Roberts shoots one over the top of the rim, misses everything. Adun the rebound. And taking it to the rack is Christian Adun.
His body control and air is very good.
9 points, 3 rebounds, getting his 9th start of the season tonight. Have not seen Micah Pierce as of yet for the Mustangs. Micah, one of their stalwarts on this team, night in, night out. Duga Moriboto, 15-foot step back is front iron, no good. Hollins colliding with players, picking it up as Roberts. And Central will get the offensive rebound and reload. 15-foot air ball, but a put in by Lucas Engel. On the shot by Roberts. Great job by Lucas. Right place, right time. 18-15. Davenport played a year at NJC, now at Western. Driving and rejecting it. Roberts, they're going to get Roberts with a foul. He can't believe it.
I kind of can't believe it either. Interesting, the crowd not murmuring. As vocal as I thought they would be. A lot of
murmuring out there.
Yeah, more of a murmur, though. You're right.
Second personal foul. Yeah, that looked pretty clean watching the live stream replay. Julian will get his second personal foul, and at the line making the first is Trevon Chambers.
What kind of a pizza business is going on during these tournaments and this game being here this weekend?
Yeah, and every restaurant pretty much. Second free throw is good by Chambers as Savic and Roberts were battling pretty good on the low block. 7-point Mustang lead, their largest of the contest. And we're 12:30 left to play in the first half. De La Cruz gets away from his man, puts it off glass. McPhee got lost, and De La Cruz will put it off glass for the easy lay-in. Savic bounce it to Adun. Boggs has it. The Minden Nevadan. He's got his hair cut since the first time Central played. There's a little longer locks back in the opening game in January. 8 to shoot. Davenport into the paint. Fader for 10, and he got it to go. Davenport's first basket of the game, back to a 7-point Mustang lead as they used almost all of that shot clock.
They seem a lot more comfortable in the up and down games when they do the half court.
De La Cruz, 16-footer, in and out. Boggs the rebound. Rustler offense a little stifled on that play. Adun, great body control. How many times have we said that tonight? And Coach Schmidt will burn a timeout as he sees his team down 9 with 11:35 left to play in the first half.
And Adun doesn't normally start, you were saying.
Yes. Well, making hay while the sun shines. Just a 30-second timeout. CWC won on Saturday against Northwest College despite their two best players going 8 for 32 combined from the field. I say their two best players, their two best scorers, Solomon and Marbury. But Roberts,
that's a good win when that happens.
Yes.
And you overcome that.
And we talked about Sal Duga-Moroboto. He only had 4 points, but the 2 buckets were huge when he hit them. Tay Hollins with the 2 threes late in the game, big when he hit those.
There were stem changers, really.
Marbury, De La Cruz, Solomon back into the game. Warren and Roberts, the starting 5 for the Rustlers in. Keel, Boggs, Savic, McPhee, and Davenport, the 5 on the court. De La Cruz gets free again, lays it up and in. He wanted the and one as Davenport went up to block. Nothing called.
I'm starting to wonder if Pierce is healthy because we've not seen him, and I think we may have seen everybody that's dressed.
Yeah, Pierce, 13.7 rebounds and a mainstay of this Mustang team. Savic 3 misses, but McPhee will run down the offensive rebound in the corner, and the Mustangs will reload. Back out top, Davenport triple. That's good. Davenport, a normal off and on starter, I guess. He's got 5 off the bench here tonight. Marbury, three-pointer, in and out, stays out. Boggs will get the rebound, first miss of the night. And a foul on the other end as Boggs gets fouled. First miss of the night, by the way, for Sam is what I was saying. And a foul on King Solomon. Number 1 on King, number 6 on Central. With 10:37 left. King comes out, Roberts comes out. Bradley Beeman has entered the lineup for the Central Rustlers. His dad played college basketball at Lindenwood University.
Used to know where that was located.
Used to. Boggs hands it off to Keel, gets a couple of picks. Good switch on the guarding by Marbury. McPhee, 14 feet straight away, missed it, but another rebound, turnaround. Savic puts it in.
Not the start Coach Schmidt would have wanted, I don't believe.
I have Central being out-rebounded 11-3 right now in this ball game.
That's the reason they wouldn't like it.
10 minutes left. De La Cruz, 15-footer. He'll bury it. Lawrence trying to single-handedly keep his team in it. He's got the last 6 points for Central.
He and Marbury have almost all of their points, and that's kind of dangerous, too, when you're counting on 2 players that much.
Savic missed it, got his own board, put it up and in.
There's an offensive rebound, which is as bad, as damaging as the bucket, really.
Yeah, 12-3 in the rebounding category now, unofficially. De La Cruz spins. Finds Beeman in the corner for a triple. That one looked good, but comes out. Boggs, a rebound, his 3rd of the night. Up ahead, Keel, he'll put it up. Right hand on the other side and score it. Keel's first basket. Great find by Boggs. 14-point Western advantage now.
And they're doing this with mostly players off the bench, I think, right now.
Marbury scores. He's got 9, a little acrobatic offensive play in the middle of the paint.
Interesting, you're pressing a team that likes to attack full court.
McPhee back.
Well, he had a wide open player there.
Knocked out of there by Engel, but McPhee gets it back. Keel ends up with it. Back to Boggs near the midcourt circle. Coach Souza calls out a set play with 10 on the shot clock. Keel, long triple on the way. Back of the iron.
Set play.
And hey, yeah, exactly. If that was a set play, you got to wonder about it. Engel will get the rebound.
Play is called launch. Marbury in the corner will take it.
And will not get it. Engel crashes in on Boggs, and the rebound ends up in the hands of Davenport on the contact. McPhee mismatch as he's guarded by De La Cruz. Savage misses the triple at the front. Marbury will collect his second rebound of the ball game. 8 minutes left to play. This is not Central tempo, if you will. Central just 1 of 8 from the arc as well, and that is not Central percentage either. One of the best three-point shooting teams in Region 9. Gun it over to Beeman, triple in the corner. This side, just a 2, they'll count it. Just a 2 for Bradley Beeman in the deep corner. Savage wide open, top of the key, missed it, and Lucas Engel will get the rebound. That was not the offensive possession you want if you're Coach Souza.
Especially when you have like a 3-on-1 situation there and you've front ironed it 2 shots in a row.
3 new Rustlers will check in. 3 new Mustangs will check in. Marbury now has 12 as he knocks down a triple, and the Rustlers are back within 7. Cut the lead in half from the 14-point deficit they faced. Davenport steps it across the timeline, hands it back to Boggs.
But like I was saying, they're not as comfortable in the half court as they are when they push it up.
Might be seeing Micah Pierce as there's a steal by Warren, goes into the backcourt. 5 to shoot. Boggs penetrates, 15-footer at the buzzer, no good, and Engel will get another rebound. Good job by Warren pushing that into the backcourt, pretty much making them force the issue on the shot clock.
Probably not the possession they wanted that time either.
I don't think that's Pierce going to come in either, and I'm not sure. Like I said, did not get a chance to talk with Coach Souza. De La Cruz, top of the key, triple, no good, but Beeman will run down the offensive board to help those rebounding stats. You can hear Coach Souza screaming at his defense. Beeman again in the corner, triple on the way, good!
Corner to corner.
The run is 10 by Central. They were down 14, now down 4, 33-29, 6 minutes left.
And the makes allow them to set up their defense as well.
Timeout called by Coach Souza. This will also maybe transition into the media timeout with 5:58 left to play in the first. And a media timeout. No, just a 30. Yep, it is media timeout. So we'll take a break with them. We'll come back after this. This is Rustler Basketball on Rustler Media.
Hey there, farmers and future gardeners. Are you ready to get your hands dirty and learn the ins and outs of small farm management? Central Lyman College is now accepting applications for their crop production practicum. Picture this, a 6-month hands-on program nestled in the picturesque Alpine Science Institute in the mountains above Lander. Here you'll get your green thumbs ready as you delve into all aspects of farm management on our half-acre vegetable farm. From planting seeds in the spring to the rewarding harvest in the fall and even putting the garden to bed for the winter. This course is perfect if you're passionate about growing veggies for yourself or the community. No prior experience is necessary, and we have partial scholarship funding available. The class starts on April 5th, so don't wait. Call the Lander Center, 307-332-3394, or email landercenter@cwc.edu to learn more and secure your spot in this exciting opportunity. Don't miss out on this chance to grow your passion and skills in farming. Apply now and let's get growing together.
Not a packed house, but a good crowd on hand on a Thursday night. This is the only game in the Region 9 North as well. We appreciate you tuning in on rustlerathletics.com. Right side, driving, shut off. Tay Hollins ends up with it, but a foul is whistled that bails out the Western player right at the last second. Is it going to be on Tay Hollins? No, it's going to be on Sal Dugam-Moroboto.
I thought that might be the case. Hollins was upset, I think, thinking the foul was going to be on him, but it wasn't.
Adun has checked back into the game. By the way, it was not Mike Pierce. As at the line, Chuck Garong. I hope I'm probably destroying his name, and Chuck, I apologize. And a foul is going to be whistled on the rebound on the missed free throw on Trevon Chambers. Central will end up with a team rebound. Big lead came at 33-19. It's been 10 straight for the Rustlers. Now 12 as Lauren Roberts gets free and lays it off glass with a left hand. And it's a 2-point ball game on a 12-point run by the Rustlers in the late stages of the first half. Dugam-Moroboto got away with a foul there as Garong spins into the paint, flips it to Adun.
So they really can't slash as much against, a defense in the half court.
Keel, McPhee, right side, 15, nothing but net for Eddie McPhee. He's got 6, and that stops the drought. A 12-0 run by Central answered at the 5-minute mark of the first half. Marbury down the lane, and one, you can hear him call it. He's got 14 and a chance at 15. And the Mustang foul, I believe, on McPhee. Number 2 on Eddie McPhee. And Sam Marbury to the line. He's got 14 in the first half. He scored 42 on this court a couple of weeks ago against Eastern Wyoming. And he's got the and one opportunity here. On the way and good. 15 for Marbury. It's a 1-point game after Western had pushed it to a game-high 14. Keel underneath, alley-oop, missed it. Garong just flat out missed the alley-oop. Roberts, second rebound of the game. Marbury, guarded by Garong, takes it to the rack. He'll miss the layup as McPhee will get the rebound, and he gets, when they collide, ball goes out of bounds. Central will get it back. I didn't see what happened on that.
I wasn't sure what happened either, and I was watching it.
That'll be the 5th turnover of the game as Davenport will check back into the ball game. Boy, it was just thrown out of bounds. McPhee threw it between two players.
That's what I thought, miscommunication. Like, who was it supposed to go to?
4.5 left. First half. Solomon travels with it as he wanted to shoot the 3, but Davenport did a good job of getting back out there on him. Second turnover. Just the second turnover of the game for the Rustlers. 5 on the other side for the Mustangs. Davenport playing catch in the backcourt with Chambers. They'll get it across the timeline. Baseline, Garong, back up top, Davenport.
I'm surprised when they get it across, you don't see the cutter coming, across the middle or something, so they kind of go stagnant in their offense.
No, it's McPhee, fire a 3, doesn't go in, and Solomon the rebound. We thought maybe our crowd would take note of the Central bench. Solomon for triple. That's good. King Solomon. And Central has back the lead for the first time after they went down by 14. They now lead by 2. Davenport might have traveled with it. Adun has it knocked away by Dugam-Moroboto. Up ahead, Solomon. Wide open triple on the way. That's good. Back-to-back triples by Solomon. The Rustlers with their biggest lead of the night. Solomon steals it. Take it away, up ahead, he'll lay it up and in and score. 8 straight points, King Solomon. And the Rustlers have a 7-point lead. Coach Souza lobbying the officials. McPhee gets free, swatted out of there by Roberts. And it's all going right for the home team right now. A lot of Western faithful wanted to travel on Solomon, and you're not so sure it shouldn't have been.
It was close.
Fast and furious Central. 23-2 run. I guess we can't call it a run, can we? As McPhee takes the inbound and knocks that one down.
I thought we said we could, and I'm the one who was pushing against it.
Right, exactly. That's why I was going with yours, but a 23-4 spurt now. King Solomon from downtown Riverton is good. His third triple, he's got 11. Central is heated up from the arc, 6 of 14 now. Boggs, baseline, fouled by Solomon as he got that quick first step on him. King will get his second personal foul. Marbury with 15, Solomon with 11. Adun has 11 for the Mustangs.
And because of the foul, they'll bring Beeman in.
King has 2 fouls and 3 threes. Beeman checks in, and that's going to put Kason Boggs to the line. He'll shoot one in the bonus. 76% free throw shooting team, and Boggs is an 83% individual. Shoots on average 2 or 3 free throws a game, does Boggs, so that's a pretty good average for as many as he shoots. And he gets both. And he'll exit stage left. Coming in, Jackson Keel. Nope, he's going to wave him off and bring on Chambers instead. 2:51 left. Central, a 23-2 spurt put them back on top. Things have leveled back out a little bit again. De La Cruz to Engel. Adun on him. Now to Marbury. Keel on him defensively. Cross court, Warren. His high arcing triple is no good. And McPhee the rebound. 4 rebounds for McPhee. Davenport, his second triple of the night, drops from the right side angle.
And again, the unmade basket allows them to maybe get mismatches and push it up a bit more.
Back to a 3-point Rustler advantage. Their biggest lead was 8. Marbury hands it off to Engel, back to Warren. McPhee on him defensively. 2 minutes approaching. Marbury with Davenport on him defensively. Spins, baseline, step back 17. In and out, stays out. Adun the rebound. Right side, Davenport. Another 3. That one does not go down. His first miss of the night. And Lucas Engel with rebound number 5 for the former Wolverine. This game also on 88.1 FM, KCWC, Riverton. John Gabrielson, Joel Kindle with you, nearing 8 o'clock at Rustler Gym, and 90 seconds left. Marbury for 3. That one got partially blocked. It goes off of Engel, out of bounds to Western Wyoming. Central 6 of 16 from the arc. Roberts in for Marbury as they'll full court press with 89 seconds left to play in the first half. Western Wyoming women winning 82-69. We'll have female representation from the women's team coming up. I guess I shouldn't even say that, just representation from the women's team at halftime of this one, hopefully. Boggs, cross court. McPhee sets his feet, tries the 3, no good. Boggs gets boxed out, but he gets the rebound. 4 rebounds for Kason Boggs off the bench. Spins to the low block. Great recovery defense, making him shoot the fader that'll fall. That was great defense by De La Cruz, just better offense by Kason Boggs.
That ball found all parts of that rim before it fell.
1-point game with less than a minute to play in the first half. Engel, lob it down low to Roberts in traffic. He'll score it. They'll say it's on the ground, which is probably when the whistle came, but the foul will go on Jackson Keel, his first. 5th team foul only on the Mustangs with 43 seconds left to play in the half. Lob pass up to Roberts. Adun on him defensively. Now De La Cruz gets a double team. Roberts baseline 15, missed it. Davenport, he was wide open. It's a good look. Just didn't knock it down. Davenport with rebound number 2. And the shot clock, game clock about 3 seconds apart. Western can possibly take the lead into the half if they score on this end of the floor. Keel standing in the midcourt circle to Davenport. Baseline, McPhee gets a double team. Thrown, actually knocked out of there by Roberts. 10 on the clock, 6 to shoot. Boggs will inbound, and this is a situation where you can't lose track of him on the inbound because you may see him immediately get it back to shoot the 3. Instead, Keel will with 4 on the shot clock. Left it short. Warren with a rebound, half court on the way. Glass is good! Just this side of the logo, Jaden Warren knocks down the triple from beyond half court. And the Rustlers take a 4-point lead to the locker room.
Well, they were thinking they might not gather the lead at one point, and instead they expand upon it.
And a standing O for Jaden Warren as he heads to the locker room last. I'm going to go back and watch this on the replay. He gets it. It's halfway between the circles. Glass and good for Jaden Warren. And Central with a 4-point lead at halftime.
What's that, a 70-foot shot, would you say?
Yeah, he was halfway between the three-point arc and the logo circle on this far side.
Right.
And he launched it and he banked it. And the Rustlers have a 4-point lead. And it's time for the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. Central 48 and the Mustangs 44. We'll be back after this timeout. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
Myers Gambles is a proud supporter of Rustler Sports Broadcasts. They're located in downtown Lander at 420 Main Street, offering furniture, mattresses, appliances, home office, kitchen, and more. They feature brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Jenn-Air. Turn around, shop in town. More details can be found online at landergambles.com.
Gales Carpet Floor and Home in Riverton and Altitude Interiors of Lander is proud to support Central Wyoming College athletic broadcasts, offering vinyl, hardwood, tile, and laminate flooring. All can be found online at galescarpet1riverton.com and altitudeinteriors.net.
The Wind River Casino has something for everyone when it comes to dining, and they're a great supporter of Rustler Radio. The Red Willow Steak and Seafood is open Thursday through Sunday from 4 to 9 p.m. The Buffalo Sportsbook Grill is open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Menus and more information can be found at windriverhotelcasino.com.
Support of Rustler Athletics comes from Sutherland's on North Federal Boulevard in Riverton. Whether you have a minor repair or a large project, take advantage of Sutherland's many rewards. Sign up for our emails and monthly gifts. Save even more with the Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus consumer credit card. Apply online or see a store associate for complete details. You can order online for in-store or curbside pickup at Sutherlands.com. Sutherland's of Riverton, helping you build it better since 1917.
This is the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. Central out in front, 48-44, thanks to a three-quarter court bomb that banked at the buzzer of the first half by Jaden Warren. Tal Ballin is joining us from the women's team. Have you hit a half-quarter long shot like that in your career?
I wish I did. No, I wish.
You've hit some other big shots. So.
Yeah, I guess.
82-69, your team went down. And I guess talk about this one. This was kind of an up-and-down game that went down a couple of times at the wrong time.
It was. I think we definitely... I don't know. We came in with a mindset of, like, okay, like, we're going to win this game. Like, we just have to play strong and, like, good defense or whatever. But we always just have those quarters where they kind of just have a run and we don't really do anything about it.
It wasn't as drastic, though. I mean, you only scored 10 in the second quarter, but you held them to 14 at that point as opposed to it being a 25-10 quarter or something like that. It just, you had a rhythm. You had to hit your first 4 shots. You had 11 points. Tweaked an ankle, looked like. What happened there?
No, I was just going for a rebound, and I think my ankle just kind of gave out on me for a little bit. So
took a little time out, came back in. How's it doing now?
It's getting there. Just trying to ice it and stuff.
Are those support slippers you're wearing? What is this?
I guess you could say. I guess you could say that.
Did that affect you playing after that? Because it seemed like the shots weren't the same after that. Did that affect you somewhat, did you think?
I think a little bit. I wasn't trying to baby it too much, especially because Stephanie told me, like, hey, if you're babying it, you're out. So I was like, okay, no. But yeah, I think that kind of did, but still, I still wasn't just hitting shots after that. So
also, when we seem like these games were in it and then suddenly we're not, is that partly because we have a team that has 9 bodies, maybe, do you think?
And most of them freshmen?
I think a little bit, yeah, you could say that. I think we're still trying to gain this experience or whatever, but I think, too, we just some of us come out like going out strong and some of us don't. So it's kind of, we all need to just be on the same page at the same time.
I was telling John earlier, I do like it a lot better when it's one of those games where you're right there for a half rather than when you're getting blown out in half and just even in the second half, because it's really not a game in that situation. And here you guys were in this game.
Exactly.
So.
No, this is one of the first games in a while where we were only down by a little bit at half. So that was nice and definitely some motivation, but I think it still got to us after that.
Take care of that ankle. Need you Saturday. Shout outs to anybody?
Shout out to my grandparents. They're always supporting me.
All right. Anything for us?
You guys are doing great.
Well, the check's in the mail. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
We're expecting one from the grandparents as well.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'll get him my Venmo if you would. Tal, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Tal Ballin, we're going to talk with Tiffany Trevort. Tal had 15 points, 5 rebounds tonight. 5 rebounds, you're slipping a little. Yeah. By my count, I had 5. Tiff's going to jump here and join in with us as well. And you know, I say this, we've gotten to know the guys and the ladies as well as we have in years, and I'm sure every school says this, every team says this, but I love our kids. I love our...
Yeah, I think it's interesting, too, when we see them in the hallway. You know, we appreciate seeing them as students as well. We should tell them about the time we had a basketball player that texted us from the bench during a game once.
Tiffany Trevort went wild on the rebounding. 11 rebounds I had you for unofficially tonight. What would you rather, score more, rebound more, assist more?
I think rebounding is fun for me, like especially because nobody really expects it. So I do really love rebounding, but I would love to score too.
A lot of your stats kind of don't show up. The tipped balls, the balls that you make them adjust to way out because you play the top of the 1-3-1, and that doesn't go unnoticed by us, and that's good. But just like we talked with Tal, a game that had its peaks and valleys. Unfortunately, too many valleys at the wrong time.
Yeah, it was a game that we knew we're trying to compete, and I am very proud of our girls. Like, a lot of us kicked it into high gear tonight. We had some lulls that were just lasted a little too long, and we just couldn't come back from it.
I think the two of you that we have up here today both play bigger than you are, and I think that's appreciated from us up here in the booth.
Yeah, got to use it where I can.
I like, you put on your survey that your wingspan is bigger than your height.
Yeah.
And I think that certainly helps when you're at the top of that 1-3-1. You have the 22nd ranked team in the country coming in on Saturday, and I don't think you guys had put together the real central team effort against them the first time around. Talk about Saturday, if you would.
I think I'm just excited. I think we're finally realizing, because that was our first conference game, and
nothing like playing a ranked team in the country for your first. Not like you hadn't played Salt Lake and others, but
I think we're just now we're definitely have realized the pressure we're under, and we've realized that it doesn't matter if we get in a little lull. We can't get how bad it was that game, and I think we all kind of get it a little more now, and we realize we can compete. And
you talk about pressure, and I don't want to heap this on you already, but Gillette winning last night, kind of puts a lot of emphasis on these next 2 games. Well, the Casper game Saturday, and then the Thursday game with them. It's mounting on you guys.
Yeah.
It's like every game is a playoff game from now on.
No, pretty much. Obviously we're focusing on us a lot, but we have been keeping tabs, obviously, and watching that game was rough last night because we just know that it adds more pressure on our back to keep up.
Last question.
Yeah, now that you're towards the end of the year, what's the best team you've seen this year, do you think?
I think Salt Lake's their chemistry and athleticism was crazy with how well their team worked together. Casper's they were very good, but they're athletic. Everybody on their team is very athletic, and how well they all worked together. It was just, in my opinion, I think that was the best.
Family make it back from Australia, okay?
Yeah, they did.
Shout outs to anybody?
I could talk for a long time with her because I went to Australia over the holiday break, by the way.
I wish.
Shout outs real quick.
Always my parents. Love everything they do for me. So, yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming up.
Of course.
Good luck Saturday. Tiffany Trevort, 11 rebounds with 4 points. Tal Ballin, 15 points with 5 rebounds. They fell, unfortunately, 82-69. They'll take on this 22nd ranked Casper Thunderbirds on Saturday. Real quick, let's run down some first half stats in this ball game. Central will start the second half with the basketball. Sam Marbury, 15 points and 2 rebounds. 11 points, King Solomon. 5 points, Bradley Beeman. De La Cruz has 6. Roberts has 6. Engel has 2. Jaden Warren has 3. That should be a 4-pointer from where he shot that as he banked it in.
NBA
All-Star
festivities.
As he launched that from well behind the half-court stripe and knocked it in. And Central leads 48-44 at the half. Only one in double figures for the Mustangs, and that is Christian Adun. He has 11. Eddie McPhee has 8. Demetrius Davenport off the bench has 8 tonight. Chambers has 5. Boggs has 4. Keel has 2. Savage has 4. And absent from the lineup, Micah Pierce. And you hope, that he's okay and everything like that, health-wise and whatnot. But like I said, I try to talk with the coaches prior to the game during the week. Sometimes it doesn't work out between my schedule and their schedule, and then we're doing the women's game by the time the men's team shows up. And so I didn't get a chance to talk with Coach Souza to see where the whereabouts might be of Micah Pierce. But definitely hope that everything is okay for him for sure, and speedy return back to the lineup.
One thing we didn't mention, there's kind of a friendly rivalry between these two coaches, came on at about the same time, and I think that's probably, from what I can tell, maybe the coach Brad is closest to of the ones that he competes against.
I would concur with that wholeheartedly. First half shooting, Central 20 of 37. They got 5 more shots up than did the Mustangs. 54%, 7 of 17 from the arc, 41% as they came alive late. Hit their only free throw in the contest as Sam Marbury and one that he connected on. Again, 54% in the first half. Very similar for the Mustangs, 17 of 32, 53%. Mustangs only 3 of 12 from the arc. However, they did hit 7 of 8 free throws in the contest. 7 first half turnovers on the Mustangs. By my count, only 2 first half turnovers by the CWC Rustlers, and I'm looking. Kylan had him for 3. I had him for 2. I had a Western for 7. He had him for 6. This is your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming post-game show. Start of the second half will be Central basketball, and we talk about it. Do you let them? I mean, it's only a 4-point game, so they're not out of the game, but do you let them back in the game? Do you extend that lead? Interesting to see how the next 20 minutes start.
I think it's kind of who gets the next run, because both teams had big runs in that first half of basketball.
Well, Central down 14, ended up with a 23-2 spurt to take an 8-point lead. 14 points was the biggest lead in the first half for Western. 8 points the biggest lead for Central. Second half is on the way. 48-44 CWC. Stay close, and we'll get you a heck of a second half after this. This is Rustler Media.
This has been the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. Thanks to WYDOT, who reminds you to buckle up every trip, every time. The second half is next from Rustler Media.
If you're out on the road and the weather is getting bad, do you wonder what the road ahead holds for you? Download WYDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS to get the best real-time updates when traveling. Winter can bring unpredictable and potentially hazardous weather conditions, so be prepared with WYDOT's 511 app. Download it today at wildroad.info.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare, Wind River Cares, has opened a winter warming hut behind 789 Smoke Shop and Casino. Open daily from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m., this safe haven provides shelter for all community members in need. Call 307-438-3421 or 307-438-3370 for more information or to offer help. Share this message to support those who need warmth this winter. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare, caring for our community, one warm night at a time.
Rustler basketball to begin the second half. Sam Marbury, Julian Roberts, Lawrence De La Cruz, Jaden Warren, Jaden three-quarter court Warren, and King Solomon, the 5 dressed in white, orange numbers, black trim, cursive Rustlers across their front. And it will be Garong, Adun, McPhee, Keel, and Chambers dressed in red, black numbers, white numerals for Coach Souza's Western Mustangs as we are back underway. Thanks to Tal Ballin and Tiff Tervort coming up as part of the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. Talking about their basketball team. They fell 82-69 earlier today. Trying to stay out of that 7 spot and get at least a postseason game and a chance at more. Lob pass down low, and the Central will commit their 3rd turnover of the ball game. Up and up. Adun missed it, and the rebound by Sam Marbury.
Interesting how the Gals were that attentive to the game that was played last night.
Yes. Marbury pump fakes the triple, gives it out. De La Cruz steps over for the triple. Missed it. Solomon goes over the back and will get his 3rd personal foul. McPhee coming in to get the rebound.
Of course, your tendency is to pursue the rebound. There just happened to be a body there.
23-13 rebounding unofficially. Roberts gets scored on by Chok Garong, who just kind of went over the top of him and lays it in.
And Roberts, it's not completely his fault. He had beaten his man. Right. He has to come over and make that switch, and he's kind of in a tough spot.
De La Cruz hands it off. Solomon, quick release. 3 is good. King with his 4th triple of the night.
And you're dead right. That is a quick release.
Minute and 15 gone by in the second half. Near steal. It is a steal by Solomon, but he's on the line, and it will not be a steal. Good try by King. Initially, I thought he's just going to tip it, and it's not. And Coach he didn't want a 30-second change on the clock, but falls on deaf ears, and they did get a 30-second clock. Spinning. Garong back up top. Keel. Gets a pick. Adun on the give and go. Got swatted.
And he got fouled, too, on the off arm particularly.
To knock it in, he's got 13. Does Christian Adun, who gets the start tonight, just his 9th start.
He may start again.
Yeah, I would have to reckon he would. And no Micah Pierce sighting. King from way downtown again. No good. Keel the rebound. King has that range.
And here again, the missed basket gives him a chance to run or walk maybe.
Blocked by Roberts. Taken away by Roberts.
That might have been a turnover before it got to that point.
Good job by Julian. He's got 3 boards. Underneath. Gets free and 1. Wow. Eddie McPhee is kind of holding his mouth in disbelief.
He's kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, he's kind of watching the play, but as he gets...
Roberts did a great job, A, just to glove it, and then B, not travel with it. And then he gets knocked to the ground on top of it all and scores it. 53-48, Roberts for the and 1 and 9 points. Good. 3, by the way, on McPhee. No move from the bench to bring him out.
And there was no move for us to take Solomon out when he got his 3 either.
Keel in the backcourt, working on King, brings it across the timeline. Throws it underneath. Adun over Jaden Warren, gets knocked to his keister and scores. He's got 15. And then Solomon throws it right into the hands of Keel, who will take it and miss it, and it'll be thrown to the floor, and King will get his 4th personal foul. King fouled out of the last game, by the way.
I was aware of that.
He and Keel get up both a little bit slowly there. King was not going to give up easy points at all.
But to keep him in the game, maybe he should have.
Yeah, exactly. At 17 minutes left, to not get your 4th foul might have been the better shot of valor there, as Keel will go to the line. Keel, 86% free throw shooter. Has shot a bunch on the year, in fact.
Shoot one. I got you.
He gets the first. Second one is no good, and Marbury gets the rebound, a rare miss from Keel. 54-51 Central, 17 left to play. Roberts Down low, Marbury gets free from McPhee, and they may call goaltending. They may give him the basket. They do, and that may be 4 on McPhee. It's not, though. It's going to be on Garong, as there was several red jerseys in the area. Marbury gets the bucket and the goaltending via the goaltending, and will go to the line for the end one.
He had great position there.
Marbury. Beeman has checked in for Solomon, by the way. And now McPhee is going to come out, and here comes Micah Pierce.
Is that the first we've seen him?
That is the first. I'm going to guess he just doesn't feel very good. He just kind of looks a little lethargic. I don't know. I'm just going to guess that he's under the weather. But Micah Pierce into the ball game now as Marbury gets the three-point play. Pierce is a monster for this team at 6'7", 13 points, leading rebounder at 7 a game.
And he's from Phoenix.
57-51. Keel, pump fake. Underneath, Adun spins and scores over Marbury. Adun has 17. You got to get the rock through him if you're Western every time down the floor and give him a look inside of 8 feet. Marbury, right side over Adun. Triple is good. 21 for Sam Marbury, and the lead is back to 7. Adun versus Marbury takes it to the rack, partially blocked from behind. Marbury gets landed on, nothing called. He'll spin out of the pack with it and bring it across the timeline. There's a ton of time left in this ball game at 60-53. Adun and Roberts get tangled up on the low block, and Christian Adun is going to get the foul, his second. Third team foul of the second half, as you see Coach Souza, if you're watching on RustlerAthletics.com via the CWC Rustlers on YouTube. Beeman lobs it dangerously to Roberts. Roberts back to Sam. Marbury back to Roberts. Low block and one, but doesn't get in, but he's fouled, and Adun will get his third. And McPhee is one thing, but Adun right now is the guy that Coach Souza cannot afford to put on the bench in foul trouble right now. And he's got 3 fouls, and he and the coach are going to talk right now. And Coach Souza saying, "Gotta play with your mind here a little bit now with your 3 personal fouls and an eternity left at 16 minutes." Roberts going back to the line. Rattles that one home. The lead is 8, matches their largest lead of the contest. Adun stays in.
Interesting, of all their players listed at 6'7", Pierce looks to be the tallest.
Lefty on the way, and the new largest lead of the game for the Rustlers now will be of 9. Central 5 of 5, perfect from the free throw line. Boggs will check in next whistle. Adun to Pierce, back out to Adun, now to the midcourt circle. Crossing it to the left side to Chambers. Right side, Keel, triple on the way, off the mark, and a one-handed rebound fighting off Pierce.
And that's what the other hand was doing.
Is Julian Roberts. Corner, Beeman, triple, missed it. That'd have been a big bucket as Garong will get the rebound. Adun runs past his man, puts it off glass and scores in a quick timeout. Adun with 19 for the Western Mustangs right now. And a quick timeout by Coach Souza is a 30-second timeout. Christian Adun, by the way, if I can get my internet to decide it's going to work. David DeBoer is on the Western roster. DeBoer played for Rock Springs High School last year. Got to watch him a few games, covering games for my son.
They list him as being from Casper in their He started
site at Kelly Walsh his freshman and sophomore year, and then his junior and senior year at Rock Springs, so maybe still from Casper. 23 for Adun is his season high against Eastern Wyoming. He had 22 against Lamar. Against Central, the first time he had 14. And here is Adun right now with 19.
Peach basket game being played in Casper tonight. Interesting looking at that. There's a CWC connection. The high scorer for Kelly Walsh in any game played in that series was Lucas Nolan with 32 points. The most points ever scored was 34 for Jacques Finn, who we both did games of.
De La Cruz went down the lane and missed the bunny. triple on the other side by Chambers. I thought you were going to go with Randy Roden as the CWC tie of that.
Well, Lucas Nolan works.
Lucas Nolan, definitely. Kelly Walsh, player that played here at CWC. Marbury triple. The answer the other way is good. 24 for Sam. Quickly back the other way. Mustangs. Tay Hollins into the game. And a foul on Lucas Engel. How much did he score? Did you say? Lucas in that
32.
32.
That's the most for Kelly Walsh. Finn scored 34, which is the most for Natrona, which kind of dominates that series.
Right, which you would think that maybe, given names like Robbie Jackson and others, that would be a higher total than that, perhaps. Davenport into the game, finds McPhee, who's back in.
Mike Devereaux would be in that even. The former Baltimore Oriole player.
Lucas Engel with 6 rebounds. Yeah, you could go through a long list of
the Schaefer brothers.
some names.
Well, I did those games for a couple of years, in fact.
Tommy Earl. Yeah. Marbury battles the dribble. He's got 10 to shoot. He'll stop long. Triple is no good, but Beeman will get an offensive rebound. De La Cruz triple is no good, but he'll get his own rebound, put it off glass, and score.
Great body control.
Kept alive by Brad Beeman, and a timeout called by Brad Schmidt as De La Cruz dives on the loose ball in the backcourt. Central with a possession and a 9-point lead.
Gets a hug from his coach as he comes to the bench.
Timeout on the floor with 14:05 left, and Central with a 9-point game. The game has a playoff atmosphere feel to it, and it's late in this conference season, and it should have this feel to it.
And I think the rivalry between the coaches leads into that a little bit too.
And you got to feel for Coach Souza in the middle of that pile right there, because Micah Pierce is 4th in rebounds in Region 9, 4th in blocks, and he's been absent. He's been a non-factor. He didn't get in the game until about 3 minutes ago on the clock. As I'm going to use my prognosticating powers and say that he's probably feeling a little bit under the weather. He is back out of the game now, getting a beverage behind the bench for Micah Pierce. So De La Cruz got an offensive rebound and a putback, and then dives on the ball to get a possession on the 8th turnover of the game by the Mustangs.
That was after he missed a 3, which is great stick-to-itiveness to do that after you've missed the shot.
Central 10 triples tonight, 10 of 25, 40%. Coach was hoping for around 13 or 14. Beeman to add another, does not. Ouch. Engel and Adune battle, and where's the foul going? It's going to go on Adune. The way the reaction from Central is, and Adune, who got both of the bad ends of that, landed on his back and fell down hard.
Looks like we're looking at maybe at a technical coming.
I think it's the media, potentially coming, as Coach Souza screaming at the official. And now he'll get it. You called it, Joel. Coach Souza will get the technical and try to fire up his team. The bigger part of that, honestly, with 14 minutes left in the game, is that Christian Adune has 4 personal fouls. The technical, I don't think, is detrimental to you at this point. You just given up the ball anyway, so the possession doesn't matter, but they'll go shoot a couple of free throws. But the bigger part of that is that Adune has 4 fouls, and I don't think he's feeling great as he's kind of hobbling on the Western bench. Well, he landed on his hip.
He got hammered on the landing, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're thinking that it's hard to call a foul on him, maybe a no call or something. I think the coach simply trying to protect his player and go to bat for said player.
Sam Marbury has 24 points, as Coach Souza talking with the official, wanting to forearm on a Central player that sent his player to the ground. Sam will not get the free throw. So technical really not hurting possibly as much as it could. Sam 57% free throw shooter, gets the
that
second.
That is surprising. That is not a very good percentage for a shooter.
For a scorer, he's hit 77 of 104.
That's got to be higher than.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That can't be. That's like 75%.
Actually, so we'll give that back to Sam. De La Cruz. Juke, jive, bucket. He has broken a couple of ankles. That time he got away from Pierce, and Central with their biggest lead of the night of 12. Boggs, the distance, missed it. McPhee tries to flush it, can't.
I think two Mustangs were trying to flush it at the same time, and that's where it went awry.
7 rebounds for Marbury. Central looking to tie or take the biggest lead of the night by either team. De La Cruz, Hollins, triple on the way, in and out, stays out. Put back alley-oop, Bradley Beeman.
He's made some big buckets in this game.
28-point swing since Central went down by 14 early in the game. They now lead by 14 with 13 left. Driving and fouling from behind. Oh, they're going to go Ingle. I thought it would be on Marbury with kind of the hatchet job from behind, but Lucas will pick up his third. Coach Souza in the face of his team trying to spur them on as Trayvon Chambers will go to the line. He's got 8 points. He's 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Marbury, by the way, 75.5, and Sam knows that microphone's up there asking if his mom can hear him. Free throw is good. By Chambers, he'll have another. Second one is on the way, and that's no good, and Roberts with a rebound. Juice has 5. De La Cruz brings it across the timeline. Gets double picks on either side if he wants to go either direction. Finds Roberts. Pierce on him from behind. Boggs will go over the back of Marbury. And Kaysen Boggs will get his first personal. 6th team foul. They only had 5 team fouls in the entire first half. They've got 6 in the first 7 minutes of the second half. Chambers out. Keel is in for Western. 72-59, Central with a 13-point lead. Roberts on Pierce. Looks, goes baseline, goes over the top of the rim. Boggs the rebound. Central triple teaming in the back. Boggs gets it back. Now to Keel. Baseline, McPhee works in on Marbury, and Sam wants to push first, but then he got a hack underneath, and Marbury will get his first personal foul here now, and will send Eddie McPhee to the free throw line. 12:22 left, still a lot of time left in this ball game. 13-point lead. McPhee, free throw is good. He's 3 for 3 on the night. De La Cruz and Hollins out. Warren and Duga Moroboto in for Central. Roberts, Marbury, and Beeman stay. Davenport, Pierce, Boggs, Keel, and McPhee, the 5 on the court, dressed in red. McPhee for double figures on the night, scoring. Does not get it. Tipped out of there, though, by Keel to Boggs. They will reset. Chance at 3, maybe 4 points this time down the floor.
I just wonder how much they're even looking for Pierce in their offense.
Lob down low, tipped by Marbury, and a foul is called. Wow. The foul is going to go against Sal Duga Moroboto, which, in case Marbury thought it was on him, it's on Sal, his second. And that is team foul number 6 on Central. Lob pass in, goes over McPhee. Davenport ends up with it. Pierce spins, right hand hook is good. Well, you talk about Joel looking for him. They found him, and he found the bucket.
I think that's the first time he's had the ball inside.
10-point game, Central out in front. Duga Moroboto to Marbury. McPhee on him defensively. McPhee with 3 personals. Give it back to Sam. Going to go one-on-one. They'll put everybody on the other side. Let Sam go one-on-one. He'll fire 10. Missed it. Boggs another rebound. Boggs has 7 rebounds.
Yeah, their guards rebound. Keel and Boggs both rebound well.
Keel has it near the midcourt circle. 11:20 left to play in the ball game. It's a 10-point lead. Boggs and is fouled by Duga Moroboto, and Sal will pick up his third. And that will put him at the line for one of the bonus. Sorry.
I think the officials are trying to tighten up the calls a little bit, as far as letting it play, or, as I say, let them foul.
And, a lot of times we'll say that as they try to rein it back in, but I don't think this one's been too crazy. I think the referees have done a pretty good job throughout the first 30 minutes of this one.
And maybe Souza's lobbing earlier might have something to do with that as well.
Boggs misses the free throw. He's a very good free throw shooter. He missed it. Roberts will get rebound number 6 to go along with his 11 points. 11:07 left, regulation time. Roberts gets free, baseline, missed it. Micah Pierce the rebound. Pierce starting to feel a little bit better here as he'll trail the play. He'll go in on Roberts. Julian will reject him, take it away. Another block by the third best blocker in Region 9.
And you wonder if they ever played against each other because they're both from Phoenix, though Phoenix is a huge
Roberts
town.
Gets floored by Keel. His shot does not go in. Keel will pick up his second. Yeah, and you think that there would maybe be some history probably between them.
The 5th largest city in the country right now.
Roberts will go to the line on the second foul by Keel. That'll put both teams in the one-on-ones for the next 3 fouls. 2 fouls each, sorry. Roberts' free throw, good. 12 points for Juice. (73-62), still 10:39 left to play. Julian gets both. Boggs might be fouled by De La Cruz in the backcourt. Nothing called. Keel, corner. Davenport, another 3 for him is good. 11 for Davenport.
I just think they're at their best when they speed up play.
Cuts the lead back to single digits at 9. De La Cruz back to Roberts. Wide open, and he traveled. Oh, he had Jaden Warren wide open underneath. Jaden kind of battled the pass anyway, but the travel will be the 5th turnover of the game by Central.
I wonder if there was indecision between shot and pass there, which may have led to that.
Last time they played, Boggs had 18 points. He's got 4 tonight, but he also has 7 rebounds. He had some big threes the first time around down the stretch when Western came back from the 10-point deficit in the final 10 minutes. Speaking of that, it's a 9-point Central lead with 10 minutes left. De La Cruz gets a quick hand in there and gets a steal. So we're almost the same situation we were at Rock Springs a few weeks ago. Central with a near double-digit lead as Marbury's shot misses. McPhee the rebound. Boggs driving. Davenport extra pass. Keel wide open triple, and he buries it. Down to 6. And you hope you're not seeing deja vu for Central out of that first time around down in Rock Springs.
Well, you do see King Solomon ready to check in at the next whistle.
Has 4 fouls, does King. Duga Moroboto's triple misses almost everything. McPhee the rebound. Underneath, Pierce blocked from behind. Second opportunity is the and one.
And how often do you see that, though, where you get the miss or the block early on, then on the second one you get the make and the foul?
Micah Pierce, 4 points, 2 rebounds in limited time. Did not come in till a few minutes into the second half, and he's cut the lead back to 4. So Central trailed by 14 at one point, went on a 23-2 spurt. Central led 72-58.
Yeah, both leads were 14 is what's interesting.
Yeah, 12-point spurt. Now more by Pierce as he's got 5, and the lead is a one-possession game with 9 minutes left at 74-71. Solomon back into the game. De La Cruz on the baseline to Engel, working on Pierce. Spins back to Lawrence for three. That one's no good. Long rebound, bounces right into the hands of Marbury. He'll go in the paint and score it. 9 for Marbury with, 9 rebounds, 27 points. Much needed Central basket. Again, they led by 14. The lead got down to 3. Keel gets a pick from Pierce, gives it back to Micah. Davenport now. Hollins fighting through picks. Well, there was contact on the low baseline. Tay Hollins and Davenport battled the dribble and lost it out of bounds. Turnover number 10. Rustlers get it back.
Yeah, Davenport showing frustration, but the frustration is with himself.
Right. There was contact that maybe the result of the play would get a foul as he lost it out of bounds, but they don't do it. Lawrence. Tay Hollins on the outside triple. Skims off the front of the iron. Here comes Keel. Keel to Boggs. Back to Keel. 8 minutes left to play in the game. Central by 5. 76-71. McPhee, right side. Missed it. Marbury will clear house on the rebound. 11 boards with 27 points for Sam Marbury. Penetrates. Peels it back out to Hollins. Very kind of a small lineup out there for Central. Turn around, De La Cruz missed it. Pierce the rebound. He kind of slipped in the paint. Pierce with 3 rebounds now. And again, he just doesn't look like he feels well, kind of gingerly running back into the front court, but he has played big in what minutes he's got. Davenport, another 3 is off the mark. And King Solomon the rebound.
And not much help rebounding down there that time on that shot.
I think they're tired a little bit, and there's a timeout coming by Central. You expend a lot of energy on that run to come back and get in it. I think they're a little fatigued, and this timeout may be helping them more than anything as Central took the timeout. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll get a media timeout after the 7-minute mark, which is in 11 seconds. 76-71 the score. Central led 48-44 at half thanks to a three-quarter court shot by Jaden Warren that put them up by 3.
I think how big that is, though, right now. The game would be a 3-point or a 2-point game right now otherwise.
Resetting your Fremont Chevy scoreboard, it is Central 76, Western 71, 7-11 left to play in regulation time. I'm John Gabrielson. He's Joel Kindle. Thanks to Amanda Nikoloff in the new media class, Noah Marshall, our director, Julian and Weldon, our camera operators here tonight. Student broadcasting crew of the new media department. As Adun is back in with 4 fouls. He's guarding Lucas Engel down there. I thought maybe that ball came off of Lucas, to be honest with you, from this angle, but their back was to us from here.
Yeah, no real discussion over it either.
De La Cruz penetrates, scoop with the right hand, and ball is lost, stays Central. And that's the media timeout 13 seconds later. 76-71, 6:58 left to play in the contest. We'll be back after this. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Cashlin with the CWC Livestock Judging Team. Get ready for Boots and Buckles, the CWC Livestock Judging Team's annual fundraiser on February 23rd at 6 p.m. at the CWC Food Court.
And I'm Gianna Biagioni. Before the main event, explore the new Rustler Ag and Equine Complex from 5 to 6 p.m. Then indulge in mouth-watering food from RJ's Smoke and Barbecue and grab a drink from Ralph's Bar. Bid on fantastic items in our silent and live auctions.
And I'm Ellie Walters. Tickets are just $30 and your support helps our team cover travel expenses and scholarships, fostering the next generation of livestock experts.
Join us and revive CWC's proud livestock judging tradition. Don't miss out on an evening of great food, fun, and fundraising.
For tickets, contact Amanda Winchester at 855-2258.
6:58 remaining on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. John Gabrielson, Joel Kindle, and the new media class of Amanda Nikoloff bringing you basketball on 88.1 Rustler Radio, providing the audio feed for Rustler TV and the YouTube stream. Marbury takes the inbound. Shot clock went back to 20. They're down to 15 now. Boggs guarding De La Cruz. Got to go 4 low. Now going to get him a pick. Solomon working on Keel. 7 to shoot. King drives in, has it batted away, taken away by Davenport. Back the other way at Dune, and a jump ball call.
Forgot to ask our gals if they'd been in a game with that many held balls before the...
You know, what's weird about that play is it could have went a foul on Central, could have went a charge on a Dune, and instead they go jump ball.
Or travel could be thrown in as well.
Exactly, and instead they come away with a held ball. Central now has the arrow for the final 6:33 here, I guess, until the next. Boggs, Keel.
Well, he thought about the shot.
He did. He kind of drug that foot. Adun spins over Engel, and it's not going to drop in, but Adun gets his rebound back, throws it up. Engel will battle in there. There's the jump ball and the Central arrow. Engel battling for that rebound.
They're piling on with the held balls now.
Adun had the offensive board on the first one. 6 boards for him and 19 points for Adun. 6:10 remaining in the contest. The only game in Region 9 North tonight.
Which is odd because you played a lot of Thursday games typically.
Yeah, two venues playing last night. Engel turnaround, missed it. Davenport the rebound. You had Gillette hosting LCCC and Northwest hosting Casper College last night. The women's visitors won, men's home teams won. Boggs to the low block, throw it away as Marbury stepped in front of it. Sam peels it back out. 11 turnovers on the Mustangs. Marbury working on Keel and one. 29 for Marbury, and he'll go to the line. Nifty little move by Sam Marbury, and a foul on Jackson Keel, his third.
There'll be substitutions coming in for CWC. Going to see Warren coming in, also Roberts back into the contest.
Hollins and Engel go out after good minutes. Marbury for the and one. Gets it. 30 now for Sam. And you know, I'll talk about this soon. Remind me Northwest. When we, I thought
that would have been over and back. He had established on the other side.
And then Jaden Warren fouls at Dune. Doesn't matter anyway. Jaden's going to get his second personal as they let it go. But yeah, he jumped from the front court into the back court. I don't know if that's worse than jumping back court into front court, though.
I had a weird one, and this actually happened at Northwest College many years ago. Both players were in the forecourt. They barely crossed on. They threw a bounce pass, and the bounce pass was in the backcourt. So it established.
And did they call it?
They called it, and CWC coach Ben Grafey went ballistic. So
Adun now has.
But I think that's the right call.
Yeah. Adun has 20.
And the pass might have been between two Grafey brothers on top of that. So
Colin Hayes of Northwest, 42 points last night in the loss against Casper College. Adun gets both, and a timeout called by Coach Souza with 5:22 remaining. 30-second timeout. It's a 6-point game, 79-73 Central. In a game eerily similar to the first time around when Central had a 10-point lead with 10 minutes left. Tonight they had a 9-point lead with 10 minutes left. They let it get to a 74-71 3-point deficit, and now have pushed it back up to 6. Both teams' largest lead has been 14. Possession arrow now favors Western after back-to-back held balls in not too much of time off the clock. Central will be back at it again on Saturday afternoon. The ladies at 2 take it on the 22nd ranked Thunderbirds and Dwight Ganeri of Casper College, and then the men will play at 4. Tom Parks, new head coach at Casper.
Central first year.
Yeah, Central won at Casper. One of our CWC's most faithful fans winning the drawing at halftime. I guess not at halftime, but the drawing for the NSLS. It's a Scholarship and Leadership Association on campus. And round of applause. Marbury has 30 with 12 rebounds tonight. 5:22 left. Central with a 6-point lead in the basketball. De La Cruz, Marbury, Warren, Roberts, and Solomon, the 5 that started the game for Central. And the same can be said right now minus Boggs. He's out there now. He did not start the game, as he is out there for Trayvon Chambers. And scratch that, Trayvon is out there as well. Garong is not in, as Solomon's 3 is left short. Adun, the rebound, throws it underneath. It's loose to the floor. Adun hands it to Boggs. Outside, Chambers triple, no good. Offensive rebound, McPhee, and he's fouled. Well, they are racking up the rebounds. Unofficially, I've got Western leading the rebounding 40-34. Out rebounding the Rustlers by 6, but how many of those have been on the offensive side tonight? They have cleaned house on the offensive rebounding tonight. First half, they had only 5 offensive rebounds out of their 19, but it felt like 20. McPhee to the line. He's got 9, now 10.
CWC seems to be a hard team to press when you've got a very good point guard as far as handling the ball in De La Cruz. So interesting to see what happens in these last 4:41.
79-74 after the bucket by McPhee. He's got 10. He also has 9 rebounds, and he'll miss that one. But Boggs with another offensive rebound after a free throw. He's got 8 rebounds. Chambers driving. He left it short. Adun the rebound, put it back up and in. 8 rebounds, 23 points for Adun, and it's a 1-possession game.
I think the coach is aware of the rebounding deficiencies as Engel's going to come back into the ball game here shortly.
Roberts spins in the paint, tipped back up and in by Jaden Warren, and he's fouled by McPhee. Big putback, Jaden Warren, and it gets 4 fouls now from Eddie McPhee.
I thought maybe they'd go to the double post, but instead Engel will come in for Roberts.
Maybe just a breather for Juice. 13.7 rebounds. Engel 7 rebounds, 2 points tonight. Jaden Warren for a huge and 1, and he missed it. Not that the and 1 was huge, but the putback that he had was
I think
the bigger part of that.
Up 60 feet, he might have a better shot.
Right, yeah, bank it in from the other side of the logo. 4 minutes left. Boggs finds McPhee, 15-foot over Engel is good. McPhee has a dozen now. That was pretty good defense by Lucas there, too.
One thing I'll say, our scorers, the quickest scorers, I think, to get that scoreboard up with the update as far as the basket.
We were just talking about that before the game with the 30-second clock and the clock operator about how fast Marbury and 1, and McPhee picks up his 5th. 32 now for Marbury, a chance at 33, and Eddie McPhee will foul out. 12 points, 9 rebounds for Eddie tonight, and you got to wonder how much it taxes him without his partner in crime, Micah Pierce, helping him out down there.
Who comes in for him actually here.
Yeah, Micah Pierce does come in, but valiant effort tonight by Eddie McPhee. 12 points, 9 boards by my unofficial count. Marbury with a chance at 33. And he knocks it in. Back to a 6-point Rustler lead, 84-78, 3:35 left to play in the contest. Chambers tries to score, can't. Jaden Warren has it, and he's fouled by Pierce, who wanted the jump ball. Jaden Warren has come up big on the last 2 possessions of pretty much down the floor. The putback on the and 1, and then coming in to wrestle away and keep hold of a defensive rebound, and the foul on Micah Pierce is his first.
And I was watching a college game the other day, and in the background I could hear this loud voice going, "Call them both ways." I'm going, oh, brother.
Had that on your bingo checkoff card, right? Have you heard the watch it? They're going to try something in a while,
That's pretty much an original there.
Warren at the line. Free throw on the way is good. 6 points for Jaden Warren. If he can connect on this, he will match his career high of 7. He's a defensive player, role player, leader vocally, and he's tied his career high at Central with 7. Boggs across the timeline, down by 8, stops at the 15-foot line, back out to Chambers. 3:15 remaining in the contest. Chambers shut off on the baseline. Adun drives in, good defense by Engel, and then Engel's going to get the foul. Lucas will get his 4th personal foul. He had stayed in pretty good defensive position for a while, but Adun had the stick-to-itiveness to keep to it, and he gets the foul out of Engel, his 4th, and Adun will go to the line looking for point number 24.
Hey, just show your hands. It was his hand?
Christian Adun, by the way, has a new season high for himself. Has been 23. He now has 24. It was 22. He has now 24. Looking at 25 with this free throw. Marbury's season high is 42 that he scored against Eastern a couple weeks ago. Adun gets both. He's a rebound away from a double-double by my calculations.
CWC going to take some air out of the ball, it looks like right now, and take as much time out of their half-court offense as they can.
Bailey Enterprises post-game show will come up next. De La Cruz just stops for 15, and he buries it.
I think he kind of lulled them to sleep a little bit by, they didn't use all the clock.
12 by De La Cruz, and a long pass up ahead, batted out of bounds by Engel. Will avoid a layup. It will stay Western basketball with 2:46 left. 88-80, Central by 8. It's Keel lobs it into Boggs. At the hash mark in front of his team bench. Solomon with 4 fouls, playing defense. Keel pump fakes, got De La Cruz in the air, then buries the triple. He's got 9 and a quick Souza Mustang timeout with 2:33 left in a 2-possession game. 88-85, big bucket, Jackson Keel. This is a full timeout that we will step aside with them. This is Rustler basketball. Central up by 5 with the ball with 2:33 left to play.
Want to learn about geospatial applications of unmanned aerial vehicles? A drone? CWC will host a 2-credit course on drones with a combination of outside fieldwork and indoor geospatial data analysis. The course meets on 3 Fridays and Saturdays in late May and early June at the Alpine Science Institute and the Lander Center. More is found at cwc.edu or contact the CWC Lander Center for your course on drones.
2:33 left to play as we reset your Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 88-83 Central. They have the basketball. The possession arrow favors the Mustangs. Western has only 1 timeout. Central has 2 timeouts remaining.
Going to be a higher scoring game tonight than it was the first time when it went to 86-77.
Most points scored by a team in this rivalry is Western Wyoming scored 107. Central's most they've ever scored is 98. Western Wyoming
has a shot at that here.
Western Wyoming has a biggest win of 30. Central's biggest win is 13 in the series.
That is at either of those touched tonight, I don't think.
18-15 in favor of Western overall in their previous 33 meets in modern day history. Engel to Marbury, 12 to shoot. Marbury guarded by Keel. Penetrates, scoots, back in for 10, got it. 35 for Marbury. Second high of his Rustler career. Adun goes the distance and he's fouled. Marbury and or Warren in the area, and it's going to go on Sam. And that will be number 2 on Marbury. And it will send Christian Adun back to the line. On the day, Adun is a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Seems like he's been there a lot more times than that. He's now 5 for 5. Cuts the lead back to 6, 90-84. 2 minutes left to play in regulation time. Ladies fell earlier to Western, 82-69. Adun gets a perfect 6 for 6 now, and he's got 27, adding to his new season total. Adun, by the way, sophomore from London, England, showing out. Somebody chimed in on the chat. Good luck from London, which it's got to be deep into the night in London right now, or waking up, doesn't it? De La Cruz gets away from a couple, takes it to the rack. He's going to be blocked, but he got his own rebound. 8 to shoot. Shot clock did not reset. Dish underneath. Engel puts it in. And a quick timeout, Brad Schmidt.
Nice reach around shot by Engel there. That shot wasn't as easy as it may appear.
Definitely not, as he was behind the backboard when he started and almost behind the backboard with his body when he reached around, as you said, and scored. 91 seconds left to play. 7-point Central advantage, trying to hang on and pick up a Region 9 win. Each team now down to 1 timeout. J.S. St. Rose said, "Go Chris," from London, cheering on Adun, who's had a heck of a night. A, I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, and B, he's had a heck of a night.
And again, we talked about it in the gals game, like, how is it when you come from London to Rock Springs, what the adjustment is.
It is a minute away from 4 in the morning in London right now, in case you're wondering. 9 o'clock in the evening in the Mountain West. KCWC FM, Rustler Radio 88.1. Streaming live on rustlerathletics.com. And the CWC Rustlers on YouTube. Full court pressure for Central. 91 seconds left. Boggs inbound to Chambers. Chambers will sprint it into the front court. He'll go all the way and score. Chambers has 11 as Central couldn't pick him up. 5-point game, a minute 18 left. Both teams are in the double bonus. Any foul means 2 free throws. De La Cruz going to hang on to it. Chambers comes out on him defensively. De La Cruz goes baseline, runs to the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. And an sort of unforced turnover on Central will give the ball back to Western on a defensive stop. Wow. 7 turnovers on the Rustlers unofficially, 11 on Western tonight. Boggs, right side Chambers, down low Pierce, fouled by Marbury. Sam will get his 3rd. And Micah Pierce will go shoot 2. Pierce is 1 for 1 from the line right now on the night. He will get up to the free throw line. His first one is on the way and good. He will have another. Micah Pierce, by the way, a 73% free throw shooter on a team that shoots 76. Pierce has 6 points. Limited time, all of it in the second half. Did not play in the first half under the weather, I'm guessing. He gets both, does Pierce.
In fact, both teams shoot 76.1% free throws, both of them.
It's a 1-possession game with a minute left after the Central turnover and the 2 Western free throws. Down to the wire from Central Wyoming College. 3 lead changes in the first half. One of them came after a 14-point deficit was erased. De La Cruz gets jumped in a double team. Warren has it with 10 to shoot. Now back to De La Cruz. Sam wants the basketball. Adun following him all over. Warren pump fakes, shoots the 3, misses the 3. If that's what you want if you're Western, is they cannot get that 3 underneath. Adun off glass, missed it. Ball goes to the ground. Engel gets it, and he's fouled with 16 seconds left. Pierce won't let go, neither will Engel. Pierce wants the arrow, but instead it's a foul on Western. And it's going to be on Micah Pierce. That is his second. It sends Engel to the line for 2 big free throws. 16 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Each team had 14-point leads in this ballgame. It's been the biggest of either team on the night.
Yep.
Central erased theirs and took a lead and then extended to 14. Western, though, never did erase the 14-point. They got within 3 at 74-71.
Just making one of these free throws is huge.
Yeah, make it a 2-possession game with 16 seconds left. Free throw on the way is no good. Central 12 of 15 on the night.
Mom, can you hear me?
Lucas at the line. Second is big, and it's nothing but net. 5 points for Lucas Engel. They'll miss it. Boggs goes to the ground, and a quick timeout. The final timeout for Coach Souza as Boggs went down and had to bail on it and recover the fumble to save the possession.
He has skidded a few times in this game where other players haven't, which is interesting.
Yeah, he and De La Cruz, he had contact with De La Cruz that sent Lawrence flying, and that's when he fell down. Timeout called by Coach Souza, his final timeout. Central has one left with 93-89 on the scoreboard. Appreciate you tuning in on the YouTube channel, CWC Rustlers on YouTube. You can find us here again Saturday afternoon at 2 and 4. Fremont Chevy scoreboard, 93-89. Thanks to Porter's Mountain View Supply, our pregame sponsor. Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, our halftime sponsor. Fremont Chevy, our scoreboard, and the Bailey Enterprises postgame show will be coming your way in 10.6 seconds off the scoreboard, barring any late miracles by the Mustangs. Boggs, no timeouts, lobs it to Pierce in traffic underneath, scores it. Clock stops with 7. Marbury gets it to De La Cruz. He will be fouled with 5.8 at 93-91. And De La Cruz will go to the line. Foul is on. Is it on Adun? And it is. It is his 5th. And attrition, if this game goes to overtime, you have no McPhee, you have no Adun right now.
And De La Cruz is an 80.8% free throw shooter.
Has not shot free throws here today. Lawrence has 12, spread out evenly, 6 in each half. Free throw number 1 is no good. Definitely need this one to ensure that a long shot doesn't bury you here. Second one is good, and Coach Schmidt will call his final timeout with 5.8 seconds left to play in the contest. Western ball when we come back. 94-91 Central out on top. 6 seconds left to play.
Rustler Athletics helps foster academic achievement, leadership, community engagement, and pride. The Rustler Athletics mission is to help student athletes compete at the highest level in their chosen sport and help them build a foundation for a successful life after competition. A $100 donation to the Rustler 500 reverse raffle not only gets you a chance of winning part of $15,000, but also helps make a difference in the lives of CWC student athletes. The last ticket selected will win $10,000, but all money raised helps our athletes win. Check rustlerathletics.com for details. And thanks for helping out, Rustler Nation.
So now you have the question, do you foul and let him go to the line and shoot
Which has been asked so many times.
Exactly.
People say you should, but it seems like you very rarely see it.
It's like an unwritten rule. No, we don't do that. We're just going to play defense, so we'll see how they do it. Roberts, Warren, Marbury, De La Cruz, and Engel for the Rustlers.
Plus, also with 5.8 seconds to go, you do that, you move the ball up there with a possible rebound put back.
No timeouts.
Or tip out.
No timeouts. Pierce is going to come get it. No, he's not. Davenport, almost. They did. They threw it away at the half-court line. Davenport couldn't hold on to it at midcourt.
I think had he held on to it, it would have been out of bounds as well. So I think he was put in a bad spot.
They went with a half-court pass. Pierce was open at about the three-point line, but they threw it past him to Davenport at half-court, and he tries to dribble it to save the possession, but he dribbles it out of bounds. Davenport has both hands around Marbury, and they'll get it into the hands of Sam, and now Davenport will come get him with 3.3 left. Sam gives him a pat on the arm, and it will be Marbury to the line. He's got 35 and a chance at 36 and 37 and to put this one on ice and win a 4th in a row for the Rustlers with 2 conference games left, and it's the 2 teams above them in the Region 9 Conference as Sam hits the first. It's a 4-point game, 36 for Marbury. Love to see everybody back in this gym Saturday afternoon when the Thunderbirds come to town. Second one is also good, and a quick sub by Marbury. And actually, excuse me, a free throw by Marbury. Quick sub. Warren comes in just in case something wild. King with 4 fouls comes out. Boggs up ahead. Chambers at the buzzer as well, short. And the Rustlers have survived. They got down by 14. They got up by 14. And they end up with the conference win at 96-91. Micah Pierce in a coughing fit underneath the basket at the end of this one before he goes and shakes hands. And you got a feel for that kid playing under the weather, and it's just the nature of the beast. You have to do it. Katie Strauss did it in the ladies' game playing with bronchitis, and Micah Pierce, he's just visibly just does not feel good, just kind of going through the line and everything like that. But Central, they come to the game and did what they needed to do, and they get the W. Final score on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard: Central 96, Western 91. Again, they got down by 14. They got up by 14. They win by 5, and they get a season split with the Mustangs. 96-91 the final. Your Bailey Enterprises postgame show is next. Stay close. We'll have some players coming up. We'll give you final stats. This has been Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
At Fremont Chevy in Riverton, being in the community isn't just how we do business. It's our way of life. We think of our team, our customers, and our local community as one big family. For us, being community partners is more than just a source of great pride. It gives us a deep sense of responsibility. We are excited to bring you the scoreboard for Rustler Athletics on Rustler Media. See Fremont Chevy online and at North Federal Boulevard in Riverton.
Rustler Radio is supported by Altitude Interiors by Gales and Lander. Altitude Interiors offers a wide range of flooring options, including carpet, laminates, luxury vinyl plank, and more. Additionally, they provide walk-in showers and custom rug binding services to match your specific size and material preferences. Installation services are available, and financing options can be discussed. Learn more about Altitude Interiors by visiting altitudeinteriors.net.
Rustler Radio is sponsored in part by the Wind River Hotel and Casino. The Buffalo Coffee Shop proudly serves Starbucks. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., serving Starbucks coffee and beverages. The casino also has pastry items baked in-house by the casino's very own baker. The Buffalo Coffee Shop open daily from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. More information can be found at windriverhotelcasino.com.
Bailey Enterprises is a supporter of CWC Athletic Broadcasts. Bailey's operates Pit Stop Travel Centers, Bailey Tire and Auto Service, Bailey Oil Company, Speedway Cafe, Evergreen Wholesale, and Central Wyoming Transportation. All can be found online at BaileyTire.com. Stick around for Bailey's postgame show after the game.
Thanks to Bailey's providing us our postgame here tonight. Final count, Central wins it 96-91. Central led 48-44 at halftime. 3 lead changes all came early. Central trailed by 14 early, went on a 23-2 blast and got out in front. Then ended up with a 14-point lead of their own to watch Western battle back to make it a 3-point game at 74-71. It never got any closer than that, however. And Central is now 16-12 overall, 7-3, and have won 4 straight as they entertain the number 2 team on Saturday and the number 1 team they'll go to on Thursday in Region 9 North. Casper on Saturday, Gillette on Thursday of next week.
But the overall records of these two teams very similar, even more similar when they came into this game.
Yeah, 14-12.
Maybe that shows you the closeness of the contest in a way.
14-12 for Coach Souza's team. They're now 3-6. They have lost 6 of their last 7 conference games. Final scoring numbers in this one tonight: Sam Marbury 37 to lead the way. He had 12 rebounds to go along with that in his double-double. 14 for King Solomon as he hit 4 triples. Lawrence De La Cruz, 13 points, 7 in the second half, 6 in the first half. Julian Roberts had 13 points. He had 7 rebounds. Lucas Engel, 5 points and 7 rebounds in the game tonight as well. Other scoring, Jaden Warren had he tied his career high of 7. Bradley Beeman had 7 as well. And like I said, Lucas Engel with 5 points and 7 rebounds in the contest. Leading the way for the Western Mustangs on their side of the equation, Chris Adoon, 27 points, 9 rebounds unofficially. What did they have for him? They had him for 8 rebounds. I had him for 9, so we'll go with that one. 27 points, 9 rebounds. 12 points for Eddie McPhee before fouling out. He had 9 rebounds. Demetrius Davenport had 3 threes and 11 points. Trayvon Chambers had 11 in the game. Kason Boggs had 4. Jackson Keel had 9. Micah Pierce, playing in limited minutes due to an illness, had 9. Pepe Savage, 4 points in the first half. Did not see him play the second half of the ball game. Western did out-rebound Central unofficially 44-37 in the contest. Central hits 10 of 31 from 3, 32%, not quite what Coach was hoping for in that area. They are 35 of 74 for the game, 74 shots for Central, 12 more than Western, taking advantage of a 12-7 turnover differential in the contest. Central, though, did go 16 of 20 from the charity stripe, 80%. Missed a couple down the stretch at the end, but made enough up to that point to help things out.
You know, I thought in a game that was pretty offensive, there's some defensive plays that I thought were really key in this game. However, you know, the Engel grab at the end of that rebound, the
Jaden's put back down there, and the grab on that end.
You know, the steal there. It just, I thought there was a little bit of everything there as far as in this game.
On the other side, Western would shoot 32 of 62, 52%. As they go 37% from the arc, 7 of 19. Western hits 20 of 26 free throws in the ball game, but stat that matters, Central winning it 96-91.
With Western dropping back, is this a chance that we could end up playing this team? Because they're 3-6.
Very good possibility. I think a lot depends on what happens Saturday when Western goes to Northwest and Capri Gym and sees what happens there. Jaden, three-quarter shot. Warren joining us in the post game. Hey, number one, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, guys.
How does this feel? It was deja vu. You're up 9 with 10 minutes left after being up 10 with 10 minutes left at their place, and they were on a run at that point. Talk about that point of the ball game.
We were just kind of getting letting the calls control our game at the same time, because they just kept driving, getting calls, and we get frustrated, and we all just kind of fumble apart. But at the end of the day, we had to all come together and stay together, because there's still at least 9 minutes left, 8 minutes left, that we could still have a ball game, and we just had to control what we can control and just focus on each play, play by play, defense and offense.
We talk about the team aspect of this, and in the past 2 games, both Sal and Tay hitting big shots at different points, and then your offensive putback. Okay, the half-court shot or three-quarter court shot from you, obviously big in the grand scheme of things when you win by 5, and especially to pretty much spur you guys on into the halftime. But your offensive putback and one on this end, and then the big defensive play where you wrestle the ball away and get a foul on the other end, just epitomizing, I guess, what this team is all about, and that is team.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Our coach just tells me to do the dirty work. He just said it starts with me and Sam mostly, because of being the alphas and being the leaders of the team, that we control we can control the team, and we're like the energy guys that kind of base. We kind of set the tone for everybody. Every single time we get off the little huddle, coach just says, set the tone. You guys set the tone from the get-go. So I just had to try to set the tone from the get-go and try to have everybody be more physical and just attacking the glass, because they were beating us on the boards, and we had to keep getting more boards to try to stay in the game.
I noticed Pierce for them is from Phoenix. We've seen players from Phoenix, I think, on every single team in Region 9. Have you familiar with a lot of these players?
I know Micah. Me and Micah played in prep ball our junior going to senior year. Me and him played with each other.
Was he under the weather tonight?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured watching him coughing after the game and stuff like this. You guys have won 4 in a row since, well, it's 3 in a row, but 4 in a row since the family pizza night you guys had in Torrington.
Yeah.
How big is it as you look at that coming together as a team?
I just look at it as a step forward every single time. Seeing us come all together and like laughing at old jokes or like new jokes that happen with all of us, and we all just joke about it at the end of the day, and just come more better, have that better chemistry when we get on the court, so we don't like really get frustrated with each other or anything. We just like look back at it and be like, we're gonna be okay. Let's just keep moving forward and just keep building what we're building.
I asked the gals this question earlier today, and I'll ask you, what's the best team you've seen this year, and since it's towards the end of the season?
Just team overall, just a team. I would say Northwestern, but like the one team that like kind of like shocked me, and just like seeing them the first time, like being here at Gillette, especially because they shot the crap out the ball against us, and it kind of felt like the Northwestern game too. They just shot the crap out the ball. So like those two.
Well, I was talking about the entire year, like once even out of conference, like
Snow, Salt Lake.
I mean, Snow and Salt Lake are always going to be those top teams because they have a name-branded team, and just like overall, they always have like the best of the best, and they always have like great team ball, and the coaches are good too.
How does it feel? Last question, and then we're going to give some shout-outs, but you're playing for something like a home court. You're still in the hunt for 2. Mm-hmm. Get some help. You're still in the hunt for 1. How does that feel compared to last year at this time?
Last year we were down. Like we didn't have like no good moments that we got like spurts of like, oh, like we have a chance. But looking at this year with this team, we have a chance every single game step of the way of getting number 3, number 2, or number 1, and that's what we've been fighting for every single day. Because if we're number 1, we're number 1. Number 2, we get a home court, and number 3, we get a home court, and we get to play whoever you get to play.
Right. And we talked about, and I know I said last question, and I'm going against my own things here because we got kids that need to get off there and everything, but we call it Redemption Weekend. Beat Northwest, beat Western. Mm-hmm. Well, Casper feels the same way coming here Saturday.
Yes, most definitely. They're a revenge game. We have to come after them.
All right, we'll let you go. Shout-outs real quick.
Shout out my mom, my sister, Bagoy, Sam, Julian, the whole team, King, all of them. Shout out to them. We played great today, and we wouldn't be here without them.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Jaden Warren, CWC, 7 points. That ties your season high, by the way. 7. We're going to disinfect and put Sam Marbury on here next. Let him talk real quick in the post game, and then we're going to bounce out of here and let our crew go home. Great job by Amanda Nikoloff and the crew tonight. Noah Marshall and Julian and Weldon and Skylar and everybody. Appreciate them and their hard work. Sam Marbury with us tonight, and 9 points with 10 minutes left was almost deja vu of 10-point lead with 10 minutes left down at their place, but you guys hung on.
Yeah.
How? Tell me about the last 10 minutes of this ball game. I mean, this was an intense game. I mean, it had every feel of a tournament game, pretty much.
I mean, just over these last 3 weeks, we've just focused on controlling what we can and just staying together as us 12, us 10 players and Coach Mike. We just try to control what we can and continue to play hard all game, and eventually we're going to be able to we'll be able to play.
Had you with 37 points, but I think you can score. We know that. On the more impressive side, I had you with 12 rebounds tonight.
12
as well.
Rebounds?
Yeah. You're even surprised at your own stat of 12 rebounds tonight.
Coach at halftime told us that I think our leading rebounder had 3, and we were losing on the glass 11-19. So he told me, he said, you got to go grab 5 or 6. So I went out there and grabbed 12.
Grabbed a dozen. Not bad.
Are we peaking at the right time right now? Is this as good as we've been right now?
As good as we've been. These last 3 games, we've been down early. LCCC, we were down 20. Northwest, we were down, what were we down? 15?
Roughly, 12? Yeah. You were down 14 tonight.
We were just down 14 tonight, and we just keep trucking, keep going, and then eventually everything opens up. It's beautiful.
In the back of your mind, you see these teams and going, we could see this team again, in a couple of weeks, and this is one that's a possibility, I would guess. Mm-hmm. And some of those, do you look at that when you play them?
No, we just try to go 1-0. We just try to win. Take it one game at a time. Try to win every day. go 1-0 every day, and then we focus on what's next.
Play that 40 minutes at a time. I mentioned this with Jaden a minute ago, but Coach talked about we're supposed to play these guys last Thursday, so it was going to be Thursday them, then Saturday Northwest. Kind of revenge redemption weekend to pay them both back. Casper's got to have that same mentality coming in here Saturday.
Yeah.
And they're
100%.
above you in the standings. You have every chance, I think, at that point to take second place Saturday afternoon. Yeah. That's a big game.
I mean, whether we lose to a team first or beat a team first, both teams are going to come in and play hard no matter what. So we just got to go out there and just play, do what we do, control what we can.
How is Region 9 play different than, non-Region 9 play?
I'd probably say the physicality. The physicality, and most teams know what you're doing, and they take certain stuff away. So you really got to be patient and really got to just keep digging and just keep grinding your way through the game.
Wait till postseason if you want to talk about physicality.
Yeah, it's going to be
bad.
bad.
By the way, shout outs to anybody, Sam. Good job tonight. 37 points, by the way.
Shout out to my brother Quan and his newborn baby, Ryan Adonis.
Oh, very good.
Love you guys. Shout out my mom, my grandma. Shout out Cruz, Jay. Always big time play from Jay. Shout out to the guys.
All right.
Love you.
I appreciate it.
He's got more range than you, as far as shooting.
No.
Oh, yeah, he's got. You haven't made one from the other side of the logo yet.
No. Jay's shooting percentage is -20 from mine.
Hey, stay here for just a quick second, Sam. We're going to be back after this. This is the Bailey Enterprises postgame show. We'll be back. We'll wrap it up after this timeout on Rustler Media.
County10.com supports this Rustler radio broadcast. At County 10, their mission is to connect the communities that make up Fremont County. Whether you're looking for updated community news, the local events calendar, up-to-date job listings, the details about new businesses in town, the Student of the Week spotlight, or just want to watch local athletic events, County10.com is working to keep Fremont County communities connected.
This broadcast comes to you in part by Fremont Therapy. They offer physical, occupational, and sports therapy in Lander, Riverton, Rawlins, and Green River, Wyoming. They are the scoreboard sponsor for tonight's game and can be found online at FremontTherapyGroup.com.
A Big Win sponsor of the Rustler Athletic Booster Club is Health Source Chiropractic of Riverton, restoring health through the relentless pursuit of exceptional care. They offer chiropractic care and exercise therapy for everyone. Services include spinal decompression for degenerative or bulging discs without surgery and custom orthotics. They also have health products and nutritional supplements. See them at 910 North 8th West in Riverton or online at healthsourcechiro.com/Riverton.
This is your Bailey Enterprises postgame show. Thanks to Jaden Warren and Sam Marbury for coming up, and sets up a big one. Casper ahead of Central by a game. Central beat Casper at Casper, and Sam said it. I mean, you could have all the revenge and all the motivation you want, but it's a college basketball game, and they're both going to come to play. So
yeah, and there's a lot of good players on those two teams, and I think even looking farther down the road, we've seen a few chinks in the armor of Gillette finally.
Yeah, absolutely. After Casper beat them, in fact, and
in some close games,
Casper took care of business against Northwest on the road last night. They'll play on the road Saturday. Our games will be at 2 and 4. We'll be on the air around 1:40 with the ladies' game as the ladies take on the 22nd ranked Thunderbirds on Saturday afternoon at 2. It'll be sophomore recognition, and then the CWC men will take the court against Casper at 4. Ladies fell tonight 82-69. The men win at 96-91, thanks to Amanda Nikoloff in the new media class. And
only 2 held balls in the men's game, by the way.
Back-to-back in 7 seconds or something like that.
Whereas a plethora of them in the gals' game.
He's Joel Kindle. I'm John Gabrielson. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on the air 1:40 on the Saturday afternoon when it's sophomore recognition against the Casper Thunderbirds. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. This has been a presentation of Rustler Media.
That concludes the Bailey Enterprises post-game show. This broadcast has been brought to you in part by Porter's Mountain View Supply, Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming, Bailey Enterprises, and Fremont Chevy of Riverton. Also by Admiral Beverage and Pepsi Cola, Fremont Therapy, Myers Gambles, County 10, the Sutherland Lumber Company, Wind River Cares, Gales Carpet One, and Altitude Home Interiors. And by the Wind River Casino. Thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the new media degree students from Central Wyoming College and engineer Francis Obakoya. This has been a presentation of Central Wyoming College and Rustler Media.
This is KCWC FM.